Hi there. I watched a documentary recently on the composer Hans Zimmer, and he was talking about how his first experiences of learning music. So if you don't know who Hans Zimmer was, then look him up, but I would almost guarantee you'll be familiar with his music. And he was saying that when he first started learning how to play the piano as a child, it was extremely punitive. So when he was doing his scales, so you'd have the music in front of him, he would be doing his scales, and when he got it wrong, okay, so the notes or the chords were wrong, the teacher would hit him across the hands with a ruler and tell him to do it again. And to this day, 55 odd years later, he still hates sitting in front of a piano with music in front of him, so he doesn't do it anymore. He was fortunate enough to get a teacher who, after that, who shaped and guided him and allowed him to be expressive and creative. And as a result of that, we now have the gift of his music. Okay, so how does that, the similarities and differences in dog training? One, he decided that he was going to continue to do music, and he could have stopped at any point, whereas our dogs, very often we're deciding for them that we're going to do this training. If your dog does something that you don't like, and we use corrections, so physical or verbal corrections, so anything which is designed to be painful or scary, so that's a choke chain, an e-collar, corrections on a slip lead, a prong collar, things like that, we are now locking those experiences into the learning process, and the dog doesn't have the ability to say, I don't want to do this. Okay, so although it might be effective, we're getting some baggage that's coming with that. There's some fallout. So the fallout for Hans Zimmer with his instructor was that he never wanted to learn like that again. Okay, and the fallout for him could have been that he binned music entirely. Fortunately he didn't. Okay, fortunately we still have his music, the gift of his music. Okay, so how we train is extremely important, and it's important for us as human beings about how we want to interact with the world, but it's also extremely important for your dog as to what they experience. Okay, now the other point to that was the same way as Hans Zimmer was then allowed to be creative, and because he was creative, his music flourished, right? If we take the pressure off our dogs when we're teaching them and say, what do you want to do here? They will start to show us, one, who they are, okay, either, yeah, I'm happy to do that or not. And the other thing is they start to explore and be creative, because they know that they've got the freedom to do so. Because making a mistake, and the mistake is according to us, doesn't lead to something harsh. It doesn't lead to being shouted at or corrected on a lead, or getting shocked with an electric collar, or getting sprayed in the face with a water pistol. Okay, now the lastly on that, if a dog wants to be creative and express themselves because somebody's too close and lunge and bark, okay, or bite, yes, that's a problem. So that's now up for us to say, we're not going to put you in that position, and now what do you want to do? Do you want to stand here for a while and watch? Would you like to relax a little bit? Would you like to move away? Okay, so we're allowing the dog to start expressing themselves and exploring with their behaviour to see things that work. And the things that work, which we like, we select for and we reinforce, and we get more of them. And the stuff that we don't like, we re-examine our training process to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And that's to be fair to our dog. Okay, so just a little thing that I saw and I thought was interesting, I wanted to share with you, and I'll catch you next time. Love and peace to you.